in the rolling, wind-swept heart of Salisbury Plain, where Stonehenge casts its eternal shadow. Few stories have inspired more whispered speculation than the legend of the vanished solstice seekers, a group of free-spirited revelers who disappeared without a trace on a warm midsummer night in the early 1970s, though largely dismissed as folklore by officials. The tale continues to circulate among locals, spiritual seekers, and paranormal researchers as one of the strangest unsolved disappearances in modern British history. According to the most common version of the tale, the event occurred during the summer solstice of 1971, a time when Stonehenge was still freely accessible and lightly patrolled. The site, already a pilgrimage for the spiritually inclined and countercultural movement of the time, drew a loose-knit group of about 10 to 12 individuals, most described in reports as hippies, young men and women with long hair, beads, and flowing clothes, who came with drums, flutes, and incense, seeking to reconnect with the old energy. They camped just outside the circle at sunset. Witnesses, including a nearby farmer named George Elliston, who later gave his account to a local paper, reported hearing drumming and rhythmic chanting echoing faintly across the plain. The group lit a bonfire and appeared to be conducting some form of ritual or trance dance, weaving between the ancient stones by torchlight. Elliston, annoyed but mildly amused, assumed it was just another night of summer revelry. That amusement turned to horror in the early hours of the morning. Sometime around 2 a.m., both Elliston and 2 constables, who were patrolling the area, one of whom later left the force, reportedly due to stress, saw a sudden change in the weather. Though the sky had been clear all night, a single, fast-moving storm cell swept over the area. Witnesses described a deep rumble, and then, without warning, a blinding bolt of lightning struck one of the trilithon stones inside the monument. The flash was so intense, it momentarily lit the entire plain like daylight. Elliston and the officers described hearing a deep, resonant boom, followed by a high-pitched humming sound that lingered unnaturally for several seconds. When their eyes adjusted, the campsite was gone. No people, no tents, no drums, bags, or footprints. Only the glowing embers of a fire slowly fading in the grass. The 3 men approached the site, expecting to find casualties, but there was no sign of struggle, impact, or departure. The ground was dry and undisturbed, with no indication of a group having moved on or packed up. All that remained were several neatly arranged stones, some scorched at the edges, forming a crude spiral near the center of the circle, something that had not been there the day before. Police records from the time are scarce, some say conveniently lost or buried. However, a few local papers did publish articles referring to missing campers and an unexplained atmospheric event. The Ministry of Defense, which has jurisdiction over large parts of Salisbury Plain, reportedly dispatched a team to examine the area. Their findings were never made public, but according to unofficial accounts, radiation levels near the impact point were slightly elevated, a detail that only deepened the mystery. Attempts to identify the missing individuals failed. No missing persons reports matched the timeline. Some suggested the group had used false names or aliases, common within nomadic communities at the time. Others believe no one wanted to investigate too closely. In years since, no remains, belongings, or definitive proof of the camper's existence that night have ever been found. Theories surrounding the event are numerous and strange. Time slip. Some researchers believe the lightning strike acted as a catalyst for a temporal rift, sending the group back in time to a prehistoric age, or flinging them forward into some distant, unreached future. Psychic mediums who have visited the site since report flashes of visions of a circle of people frozen in time, walking among mammoths, or trapped in a realm where the sun never sets. Dimensional portal. Others suggest that the ritual, amplified by the solstice energy, the positioning of the stones, and the rare atmospheric conditions, opened a rift to another dimension. In this theory, the group succeeded in piercing the veil between worlds, but were unable to return. Leyline overload. Some dowsers and energy workers claim that Stonehenge sits on a confluence of powerful ley lines, and that the group accidentally overloaded the energetic grid, triggering an energy implosion or geospatial displacement, effectively erasing their physical presence from our reality. Deliberate ascension. A more spiritual theory proposes the group was successful in their ritual, that they transcended the physical plane, willingly or not, achieving a form of group ascension and merging with an unknown realm or consciousness. Though often dismissed as myth, the story of the vanishing time travelers remains a cautionary tale for those who seek to interact too deeply with the unknown. It is still told around campfires, whispered by solstice celebrants, and occasionally referenced by researchers as evidence of Earth energy phenomena that we barely comprehend. The site of the event, though unmarked, is occasionally visited by mystics who leave offerings. Small spirals of stones, candles, feathers, and notes scrawled with phrases like "open but return" or "balance the circle." And every few years, someone swears they hear drumming in the distance on a solstice night, the faint rhythm of a forgotten ritual echoing not across space, but across time. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, subscribe, and comment below.